I'm always making baked goods for them. So.
Okay, they're cheering because it was announced that Joe Manchin is the projected winner. 50-44 over Patrick Morrissey. So tell me about Joe Manchin, because your intern Daniel told me he refused to vote for Joe Manchin. He calls him Baby Chin.
Let me tell you something. I disagree wholeheartedly. You know, when you put Joe Manchin up with Patrick Morrissey, believe me, it's night and day. During the teacher strike, you know, Patrick Morrissey was trying to get a superintendent to open the schools in one county, and they were going to fire every teacher and school service personnel that does not return to work. And that would send a message to the other 54 counties to get back to work. That's not a leader. You know, that's a tyrant thug as far as I'm concerned. Joe Manchin showed up at the Capitol and went back behind the scenes with the Republican leadership and said, look, guys, you need to stop this and you need to do right by these people. You know, he stood up for them. Once again, what we just saw was a victory for the people in West Virginia that are fighting, you know, to keep from having pre-existing conditions, you know, go after their medical capabilities. So this was a victory. And it doesn't mean that fight is over, because Patrick Morrissey is still in it. But at least we don't give him another step up.
Manchin isn't a perfect fit for a lot of people, you know, who you know, are more city progressives. We look at Manchin and say that's not someone who I necessarily would choose to represent me.
Absolutely. I mean, but I'll tell you right now, I think that Joe Manchin has done some great things. The biggest pay raise our teachers ever received in this state come when he was the governor. Okay, so and I agree with him wholeheartedly in this race right here, and I supported him wholeheartedly, and I'm glad that he pulled out this victory.
So you mentioned that you were looking at some numbers and you're trailing a little bit. Can you give us more detail about it?
As of right now, we're still waiting on the things that we see on the television. But I mean, right now we're behind in the polls. But you know, there's only been a small percentage that are in. We're just going to continue hoping that the people do not basically give the hide-and-seek champion of West Virginia a reward and send her to Congress, because we desperately need somebody that's going to fight for us, not another puppet. And right now we've had too many puppets.
You know, when they break these things down on TV, they talk a lot about the rural versus, you know, urban and suburban. In this district, you don't really have city folk to vote for you, to support you. Like if you were to run statewide, there might be some opportunity and some appeal that you don't necessarily enjoy in a county that's as rural as this one is.
Well, this one is rural, but you know, we still have Huntington, we have Beckley, we have Bluefield and Princeton, so we do have 4 population areas, you know. But I mean, once again, the majority is rural. I need to start.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. Yeah, okay.
The TYT Plus app is now available on iOS and Android. Download to get more TYT content at tyt.com/app.